Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah and this is B.fleye Beauty, and today we're going to do something not really beauty related at all. And I like to do some random chats sometimes, so hopefully you guys are into this. I wanted to talk about 3 of my favorite podcasts. I really love podcasts. Like, I stopped reading, stopped listening to music, and all I do is listen to podcasts. I am back to reading though, so you're welcome. But I still do podcasts on the way to work, when I'm doing long walks, when I'm cleaning the house, and I really love true crime stuff. So I do have a ton of podcasts that I listen to, but I have a top 3 that no matter what week it is, I listen every single time to every single episode. And I wanted to share those with you. So the first one is, I always forget, Young House Love. I was gonna look at my phone. So I used to follow their blog. They still have a blog, and it is home related, which I really, really love. When I go shopping, I don't really like gravitate towards clothing and stuff for myself. I gravitate towards buying stuff for my house. And at one point my major was interior design, whole nother story. But I really, really love them because they're very practical. They give you different levels of purchase prices when it comes to redoing things in your home, purchasing small things for your home. So it's not just a super high-end thing that's totally unachievable for me or maybe somebody else like me. They give you real-life experience from things that they've done in their own home on their own versus their experience with contractors. They're very honest. They interview people that have more experience than them in things. Like, there was a great episode on plants. I suck at keeping plants alive. Thank you, Freddie, for keeping our babies alive. But I just really, really love it, again, because it's practical, but there's just like a huge range of topics, right? Redoing your kitchen on your own. Like I said, plants, finding the best bedspread. I just find it very enjoyable. I love their chemistry. They're a married couple. They talk about home life stuff. And yeah, it's very easy to listen to. It's things that I can use every day in my own life, and it's really inspiring. So that's my first one. That's Young House Love. So they've had a blog for a really, really, really long time, and I think this is their 2nd or 3rd year on their podcast. My second one, it's probably my favorite true crime podcast because it's a continuous, they don't do it by seasons, literally just twice a week you're getting a podcast. And it's my favorite, Murder. So you either love it or you hate it. I love it. I do recommend that if you haven't listened to it and you do like true crime, to start from episode 1. I don't always recommend that, but their little talk in the beginning can be very annoying if you haven't listened from the beginning, because there's a lot of inside jokes. And even still, I think that there are some people that fast forward that first section where they're doing catch up and stories about their lives, and some people don't like their voices, and I have a voice thing too. There's some podcasts I can't listen to because of that, but this one doesn't bother me. I really love this. They have some mottos that have actually helped me in real life, and one of them is called "Fuck Politeness," excuse my language. And I just really love this because as women especially, I know men probably, deal with this too, but as women, we like to apologize for things, and we're worried about what people think, and we're trying to be prim and proper. And they gave this example, and I made me laugh because I've done it so many times, right? There's a stranger walking by. Now, we don't really have these locks on our cars anymore, but you want to make sure that you're safe no matter who it is outside, right? So you reach over and you lock your door, but you don't want that person to see, right? You're all worried about what they're gonna think that you think about them, total stranger. And so you wait to lock your door till after they pass by or when they're not looking. Well, what if that's that moment that could have saved your life? So I know it's extreme and weird, but this motto of "Fuck Politeness" is, who cares what they think of you, right? You're there to protect yourself. So I feel like that's very freeing for myself. Just the idea of protection no matter what, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, just different crime stories. They're hilarious. The crime stories are not hilarious. The women are hilarious. And some people do have an issue with that. And they talk about that. They do live shows, which a friend of mine and I actually flew to Vegas to see a show, and they're awesome live. If you can catch them, totally do it. They are not, it's not like a crime show where they've done the research and they're cops and they're detectives and they are experienced in this stuff. They just really, really, really love talking about it, and they have great personalities. Again, you love it or you hate it. So that's my second one. And my third and final one that I listen to every single week is the Happier Podcast. And if you didn't see my video on how to be more successful by knowing yourself better, a lot of that was inspired by the Happier Podcast. And it's Gretchen Rubin, who is a writer, and her sister, who is also a writer, two different kinds of writers. And they just talk about how to make your life happier by doing life hacks, simple things. They do polls online as well. And so listeners can chime in when it's like a really hard situation that they can't figure out. Just lots of tips and tricks for everyday life. And I love that because my goal is to simplify everything, to make life easier. I don't really want to work hard. I want to work smart. So they're very funny. Again, the voice thing might be weird, but I really love their chemistry together. They're kind of opposite people. And like one is very organized, one is not. And she just loves like going to her sister's house, the organized one, to organize her closet. And it just makes me laugh. I love the differences between people. And they teach you about that as well. One of Gretchen Rubin's biggest things is the 4 tendencies, and how knowing that can help you in your relationships with yourself and with other people. And it's just very, very fascinating. If you have any love at all about the mind and personality types and psychology and just everyday life stuff, I think you'll love it. If the voices annoy you, I would go back to episode 1. I think they've been going for 3-4 years maybe. Anyway, those are my 3 podcasts: Young House Love, My Favorite Murder, and the Happier Podcast. And thank you to Dawn for recommending the Happier Podcast. Anyway, tell me your favorite podcast below. I would love to hear about it. And let me know if you would like a quick video on my favorite true crime podcast, because that is a list. Anyway, hope you're having a great day. See you next time. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Bye. Breathe. I don't know why I'm so